Hello, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom all over the world. My wonderful people, I am here once more today, the 2nd of May 2025. I thank you, my people, for joining me. Please, Biafrans, let us come together once more to evangelize our nation, Biafra coming. Biafra is in West Africa and is a new nation. It is also our religion, and we must evangelize. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location, my people. Join me so that we will continue. This is one of the Breji media platforms where we bring you authentic information. Today being 2nd of May, our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was once in court. And my people, as you know, if you see the title of this program, another sensational court hearing in a kangaroo nation. So my people, let us get it on and talk about the outcome of the hearing. I know that some of you may have heard about it. It has been adjourned, and our people sat at home today. We thank them so much for sitting at home in solidarity with our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Wonderful Biafrans, lovers of freedom, join me so that we will continue. We can never stop until we are completely and totally free from the shackles of Fulani-controlled government in Nigeria. Nze anọ m na program mmecha mkpọ gị. So my people, join me and let us continue. Let me start with my jingle first before I go to the main reason. I have one person that is always here, and I am very grateful to you. I appreciate you, and I pray to God Almighty, God of Biafra, to bless you immensely. Biafrans, we are blessed nation, and we must be grateful to God Almighty. Let's get it on, my people.
Tell me what we do, everybody want to kill us. They want to take what belongs to us. We deliver our neighbors, so we deliver our safety. So it is written in the holy book.
Thank you, dear friends, wonderful people, lovers of freedom. I am here once more to talk about our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his court hearing, and also to remind us about our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is currently also detained in Finland. Biafrans, Onyendu once said that when you are doing anything and nobody is talking about you, that means that what you are doing is not effective. Onyendu started by calling on referendum to be conducted in Biafra land, or to be conducted generally around the region. I don't really feel happy addressing that country as Nigeria, because it's not a country. It's a contraption, a geographical expression, according to Baba Awolowo. It was from Royal Niger Company to Niger Area Company, because they are controlled, they are manipulated. It's not a country. That's why we are fighting to have our own nation, our own country, Biafra. And we will continue to talk about it. So every Biafran, you must be very, very strong. Now that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was held, we thought that that is it. Our PM followed. There are a group of people in Finland who are currently, group of Biafrans conducting a very powerful protest in Finland, and it will take place on the 9th of this month. So, Biafrans, I implore you, try and be there. Try, no matter how hard it is. For those of you who can travel to Finland, please do. Biafra government in exile will announce the date. And once it is announced, I will come here with the date and the contact. So today, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, went to a hearing in the zoo, where you will see that a country like Nigeria will accept a witness to wear mask to come into the court to testify against someone. And from every indication, you will understand that a man from Oduduwa nation can never wear mask to come and testify against a man from Biafra land. An Hausa person cannot wear mask to come to court to give his witness statement as evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but it is only a Biafran. Is it not very shameful, very pathetic, that a Biafran can afford, a Biafran can afford to witch hunt his own brother, to testify against his own brother? But look at, let me play for you here. Let me show you people what Gumi said. Gumi said to his fellow northerners or Fulani, because the people in Hausa land, they now have told Fulani people to leave their land because they no longer feel comfortable. But a Biafra man would prefer to wear mask to come and testify against Onyendu. Let me tell you people what Gumi, the man who is taking care of all the terrorist groups in the north, Let me read out for you what he said. This is Gumi's picture here. That is Gumi, the cleric. This Gumi, as you people see him, or as you know Gumi here, Gumi was a terrorist deported, one of the terrorist groups from the north, deported from Saudi Arabia to Nigeria, but they did not indict him. They just, pushed him into the system, and he is now the one in charge of the terrorist groups. He said here, the last time he made a statement, he was telling the governors in the southeast to train the youths of Igbo youths, train them, give them arms to fight IPOB. Who is IPOB? Who are the Igbo youths? That is his own way of incitement, incitement of terrorism. Because when you equip youths to fight their own brothers, what are you doing? You are doing an incitement practice. That's what it is. Nobody held him up for such comments. Now he said here, don't vote for politicians who attack, kill bandits. They are our warriors in the forest. Islamic cleric Gumi tells northerners. You see what he's telling them? That they should not vote for any politician that will come to kill bandits or attack bandits. You remember that when Ihejirika, during the time of Jonathan, when Ihejirika was the commander, the military man, Ihejirika was attacking the terrorists in Zambisa forest. Do you know they started protesting against him and Jonathan, that he is killing their brothers? But they are terrorists, and they were using those terrorists to get aid from America, because they believe that America will support them to fight terrorism. But these are the people that Gumi are referring to as their warriors in the forest. Why are they in the forest? So this is how you will be checking a kangaroo nation, zoo, the way they twist the hand of justice. This man is their hero. This Gumi, he is their hero for keeping terrorists in every bush in that region, attacking the citizens of that country. But Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been asking for the freedom of his people, Nigeria government is still holding him after 4 years and 8 months, because it will be 5 years in June, the next 2 months. Is it? Am I correct? I beg your pardon. I mean, a year is 12 months, isn't it? Yeah. 4 years now and 10 months. Yeah, just 2 months to go. It will be 5 years. And they're starting Onyendu's case afresh. After this time, they will bring another case, bring another judge against Onyendu. So because they now want to use a Biafran, because that's what they always do, the person have to wear mask to the court. So let us listen to one of our brothers who was analyzing this situation, because when things are happening, some people who think that they know everything very well, They will analyze it for you. Let's listen to this.
Welcome to this very program. So finally, Owazirike denies of being a witness against Mazen Namdekan. And who is Owazirike? Let us take it little by bit. Because I uploaded a video about where I said that Owazirike is the witness against Mazen Namdekan. Some people said, oh, it's not true. Oh, you are bringing fake news. Owazirike cannot testify against Mazen Namdekan. Now I know that most of you are new. Welcome to this very freedom. Most of you are new. Who is Owazirike? Owazirike threatened, Owazirike is the man that kidnapped Mazen Namdekan many times. One of which Owazirike single-handedly locked Mazen Namdekan in DSS. Why? Owazirike signed an agreement with Nigerian government to be eating Biafra people Mugu. In 2006, ending of 2006, subsequently he was released 2007, but under Obasanjo regime, he signed an agreement to surrender Biafra. In his later confession, he confessed that he had no other option since they brought all his commanders to him in DSS. That Andy Oba, who was a co-in-law to Obasanjo as at the time, was the one who masterminded everything. He went and gathered all his commanders and brought them to Abuja. And Andy Oba was the person who made it very difficult for him to say no to Obasanjo. Owazirike did all of this confession. So why did Owazirike stone Mazen Namdekan? Why did he gather women to urinate on Mazen Namdekan? The reason why Owazirike gathered women to urinate on Mazen Namdekan was because as at the time that Mazen Namdekan was accusing Owazirike of sabotaging, Owazirike was already a saboteur. Like he later confessed that in 2007 and in 2006 that Andy Oba gathered all his commanders, brought them to DSS dungeon, and Andy Oba made it very difficult for him to say no to Obasanjo. This was Owazirike confession. Had it been that I see that video, I would have let you see Owazirike's confession. But in the course of this video, if I see it, I will let you to watch. And if I did not see it, it's none of my problem. Now let us go, please. Owazirike said, after his confession, that Andy Oba brought all his commanders, which made him to sign under Obasanjo. What is it that he signed? He signed never to go after Biafra, never to pursue Biafra. He signed never to realize Biafra. He signed that no Biafra people Mugu, because he begged them. If he
Family and friends, lovers of freedom, my fellow Biafrans, let me explain a little bit of what he meant by Irindi Biafra Mugu. You know that immediately after the war, 1970, when the war came to an end and Biafrans went back to Nigeria and the war ended, Owazirike started what they called MASOB, Movement of Actualization of Biafra. So he started MASOB, and it happened that Onyendu was with him then. And when this Andy Oba, during the time of Obasanjo, when Obasanjo was ruling Nigeria, this MASOB was still in existence, and Owazirike was in Nigeria or in Biafra land, which Nigeria is laying claim over. So Owazirike was arrested and detained. Andy Oba was the man that went to all the commanders that Owazirike had he convinced them to drop the agitation, and he took them to Wazirike, where he was detained in Abuja. And when Wazirike saw all of them, Wazirike became weak. So Andiuba became the go-between Wazirike and Obasanjo to negotiate how they will drop Biafra agitation. And Wazirike had it that if he does not accept their offer, that they will kill him. So he said that because of that, he will no longer do Biafra agitation. And when Onyendu started IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, Wazirike started sabotaging him because he has already promised that nobody under him or himself will talk about Biafra. And they gave him a lot of money. I mean, Wazirike, they gave him so much money that he started building hotels all over Imo State because he's from Imo State. He started building hotels, making investment with the millions that they gave him. So he signed that he will be deceiving Biafrans, making them not to talk about Biafra. And anytime Wazirike see that Onyendu is progressing into this actualization of Biafra again, he will gather his men to go and kidnap Onyendu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he will take them to DSS, and they locked him up there. That's what our brother is trying to explain. Hello, Amanda, Neza TV. Thank you so much for joining us. Our leader was in court again today, and we just have to talk about it. Thank you so much. So let me continue.
He surrendered that they are going to kill him, that they are going to stone him. So the only thing he asked Obasanjo is that he will be doing Biafra, doing the more you look, the less you see. Obasanjo, he signed under Obasanjo. When he was released 2007, Obasanjo, Wazirike, was telling Biafra people that he had gone to Onga. OMPO, I mean to say, OMPO. OMPO is the Association of Unrecognized Nations. Why is it that a man who later confessed that he signed an agreement with Obasanjo against Biafra because he saw all his commanders that Andioba brought? Why is that man in OMPO and was not arrested? Why is it that Wazirike used Nigerian security escort and was not arrested? Why is it that Wazirike remained in Nigeria and had not been arrested? Because that was what he signed under Obasanjo from his own confession. From his own confession. Why I am going deep is because of the people saying, oh no, Chief cannot betray. Chief cannot betray. You are carrying fake news. That is the reason why I knew that a lot of people came newly in this very freedom. But let us go and take one thing one after the other. Wazirike arrested Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Between 2008 to 2009, he imprisoned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, threw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu inside prison. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wanted to do wedding, that was, I cannot, let me be specific here. When he wanted to marry Uchechi, the Judas now, the one now Atabio Natako Hana Munye, our late Ikemba, Kampo Bianco, the one Atabio Natako, I told you people, Atabio Nataha. Now you see the evidence that they Atabio with Bianca Ono was seen outside the country, and Atabio was focusing on Bianca. Two of them will went to beg in DSS for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stayed in DSS almost a year, being locked up by Owazirike. Then, that was before the marriage. Then, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wanted to do marriage for Uchechi, he was arrested by Owazirike scouts. They beat him up and urinated on him. Are you getting the point? That is where to arrive on who you testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No.
So, my people, you know what he is trying to say now? Everybody is wondering, who is this person who want to wear mask and testify against our leader? Who is that person? It cannot be a man from the West, which is Oduduwa. I don't want to call them Yoruba because Yoruba is not a good name for them. It is Fulani who call them Yareba. And there must be something that represents. They are Oduduwans or Yoruba people. They cannot wear mask to come to court today to testify. And of all the questions that this person was asked, they were just, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. This is it. So our brother Remigius is trying to explain that this same Owazirike is likely to be that person in a mask, because it is obviously somebody from the southeast that have come to testify against Onyendu, because an Hausa person was not working with Onyendu. They don't know how he operates. A Yoruba person does not work with Onyendu. They don't know how Onyendu operates. It is somebody from southeast, because they are the ones that sold Onyendu. They don't want him released because they work with the governors. Obviously, they work with the governors, and the same governors which Hope Uzodinma was their partner in the first era of his tenure. And this time around, the same Hope Uzodinma is the chief of governors, or head. He's the one, the governors in the southeast. So anybody that is working against Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu definitely works with the governors, because the governors are the puppets of the Sokoto Caliphate, Fulani under Shetima and Tinubu. They are the ones who want to take hold of the whole region and be controlling it as they wish. They are the ones who are good to react terrorists. But if you are defending your people, like our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, if you are defending your people, they will tag you terrorists, just like they tagged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB, that they are terrorist group. But these Gumis, look at him. Gumi, he is here. You see what he wrote? Gumi said, don't vote for politicians who will kill and attack bandits. They are our warriors in the forest. You understand? So this terrorist, Gumi say, is their warrior, that they are in the forest. What are they doing in the forest? One or two things. One is to put fear into the people so that they will be able to take over your land. And two is to make everybody to go hungry, staying in the farms, stopping people from farming, so that when you become so hungry and they will ask you, do you want to be a Muslim? You will just panic and accept. The same method they used during Nigeria Biafra war, keeping children hungry. Because now, the level of hunger in the homeland, is terrible. People don't go to farm anymore. And that is Gumi. So my people, let us go to those who have full detail of what happened today in the court. The hearing of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let's listen to them.
Uncover distinctive havens of timeless hospitality.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. Today is the second day of May 2025. Today is Friday. So, Nnamdi Kanu's case, today is the second day of the trial since the trial resumes. And there are some things that the public are expecting from the counsels of Nnamdi Kanu. There is no doubt that Nnamdi Kanu is having amazing senior advocates of Nigeria and good lawyers around him. There is no doubt about that. There is no doubt that Nnamdi Kanu don't tolerate rubbish, okay, if he senses any, illegality or bias in court. The past court proceedings under Bentaniako, we make you to understand what I'm saying. Now, there is a very serious issue that the public, when I mean the public, I'm talking about the people who are supporting Nnamdi Kanu. There is something we're expecting from the councils. And what could that be? Now, it's not about release of Nnamdi Kanu because everyone knows that Nnamdi Kanu will be released, okay? Either on bail while the trial continues or he will be discharged, okay? That one is not the issue. The issue is who owns the plane that they used to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. People know in private, but it must be made known open.
Yes, he is talking about what the general public expects from Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers. So let me play this video here and you will see what Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers have been talking about and what is expected for the court to do.
Terrorism Prohibition and Prevention Acts that cannot be tried in Nigeria. That's the law of Nigeria. I can never be tried in any court of law in Nigeria. That's what the law says. Anybody standing trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. Not me. Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committed an act of terrorism. Yes. Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person. Is not done anywhere in the world.
So my people, this is exactly what I personally is expecting, because this hearing has been going on for years now, over one man, one case, one issue. Onyendu was abducted from Kenya to Nigeria, took him in a private jet provided by Oba Andy or Ifeanyi Oba. Ifeanyi is dead and gone. He is talking about the private jet. We all know who owns the private jet. If they bring about that case now, who brought the private jet, you cannot prosecute the jet itself because the person that provided it has died. He died last year. Now the issue here, the major issue, is that this same court trying Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still Nigeria judiciary. The same court where 3 qualified judges came together and told Nigeria government what the National and the international law is, which Nigeria has violated. Because when you commit an offense, like they are dragging Onyendu, you have to drag the person to court. So their own judges, 3 judges in the High Court, told Nigeria government no court in Nigeria has right or power to decide Onyendu's case under that section 2 of the act that Onyendu quoted here now. So what they are doing now is still violation of Onyendu's fundamental human right, because Onyendu was brought back to Nigeria illegally and he is not supposed to be standing trial in that country. Their own judges, 3 last year or 2 years ago, told them, do you know what Nigeria government did under Buhari? What they did was that they transferred those judges from Abuja, outside Abuja, to interior areas to punish them for saying the truth, because that is the true situation. What they are doing now is total sham, because it does not exist. It is illegal. It is inhuman. It goes against Onyendu's fundamental human right not to be renditioned illegally, not to be tortured 8 days in Kenya before being brought back to Nigeria, and covered his face like a common criminal, chained him throughout the flight to the aircraft. I don't know whether he has a parachute that he would have flown through the window of the aircraft, that he was left on a leash like a dog, in chains from Kenya to Nigeria. So, my people, when this my brother talking here is saying what everybody should expect from Onyendu's legal representatives, I thought that Onyendu's legal representatives would have revoked that very ruling by those 3 judges. That, Nigeria, they have always make reference to it without anybody listening or taking cognizance of the correct procedure. So you can imagine somebody who have been going to court for 4 years. They keep changing judges, and this very judge is now bringing somebody in a mask. And that was why I played the video of Emmanuel Remigius, so that you people will hear that he is suspecting, according to him, that the person who will come in mask to give evidence against Onyendu might be Uwazurike. There are many of them. It could be Chinasa Nworu. It could be Uruagu from South Africa, the Nnewi guy. It could be any one of them, because they don't want Onyendu to come out, because they sold him and gave away his whereabouts before Nigeria government went after him in Kenya. So they don't want him to come out, so that he doesn't give out information of how he was sold. They don't want him to come out. Nigeria government wants him to remain in prison, and that is the governors. Because if Onyendu is out, only Onyendu rules the whole Southeast, believe it or not. So those governors, they don't want him out. The whole people with Onyendu in DSS, plus Ifeanyi Ejiofor, the one that Onyendu sacked, they don't want Onyendu to come out. So it's one of them that must have worn that mask to come in court today to give evidence. And the judiciary accepted that type of sham and twisted justice For somebody that is making evidence against you, you don't even know the person, you don't see the person. What sort of court is that? It can only happen in Nigeria. It can only happen in Nigeria under this very regime.
That must be presented in court because that what they did was illegal something, and the Supreme Court has condemned it. Who are those who went there to kidnap him? There is no doubt that Buhari and some persons orchestrated it. We are aware of that. But people who carried out the act must be brought to. As far as their own courts, Supreme Court has come to condemn that in totality. Now, we are not even talking about the people who carried out the Python dance, who came to Nnamdi Kanu house and killed a lot of people. Okay, Supreme Court has condemned that. I know that a lot of suing will happen once Nnamdi Kanu is free. The public want to see all these things discussed. They want to see all these things presented. Okay, it's not important that the councils will just follow everything the other parties from the federal government are saying because they want the case to be fast. Yes, the case will be fast because the judge, James Omotosho, has shown that he really wants everything to finish. He don't want Nnamdi Kanu case to pass 10 years, 10 good years. Okay? So these are the issues that the public really want to understand, and the public really want to know what is the position of the court to what the Supreme Court have said. Because the reason why Nnamdi Kanu was vibrating in court before is because he saw that Binta Nyako was not respecting the rulings of the Supreme Court that has condemned the federal government agents like the DSS, the military, and condemned the kidnap and bringing of Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria in totality, as it violates almost the whole norms and constitution we know in the world. So we are not seeing all these things, okay? Because today the masked witness will be cross-examined, okay? They will cross-examine him. He said that he saw Nnamdi Kanu in a hotel that has apartment, something like that, with the broadcasting equipment, with a lady that later people said is Nnamdi Kanu's wife. But how does that concern the case we are talking about? How does it concern the terrorism charges you people leveled against Nnamdi Kanu? And they are saying that Nnamdi Kanu said the Biafra agitation is his right. So I think when Nnamdi Kanu, when they hold him that 10 years ago, 2015, these people were thinking that yes, we caught him with broadcasting equipment. He has been broadcasting things that is contrary to the law. Is that enough reason to charge someone for terrorism? Anyway, the federal government council says they still have more witnesses to come to testify. Mm-hmm. But this is laughable. At the end, people will realize that they are holding Nnamdi Kanu not because of what he committed. At the end, people will realize that they are holding Nnamdi Kanu not because of what he committed, but because of what he represents. Exactly. Because they don't want, this Biafra issue, they don't want it. Because they know that it is going to spoil both the Britain's, business in Nigeria, the corruption, the people who bought oil for 1 million, like that's what they said, is going to disrupt a lot of things. And that is why all head knows. They don't want to hear you talk about it. If they don't see you wearing the knot, they will hold it. All sort of rascality will lose because of what?
Yes, he has just hit the nail at the head. Why they don't want Biafrans to go? You are taking something that belongs to someone. Something that belongs to someone. You don't want that person to say a word. You don't want that person to have a say. You don't want that person to share out of that thing. If you go to the Aso Rock, Aso Rock is the state house, so to say, where their president lives. The thing there is that they have had it written as a memo that somebody who come from Biafra land must never be a president of that country. That's why they failed Obi. Obi won the election, they took it away from him. Yet Obi is not one of those who want Biafra to come. Obi will distance himself. If anything happens in Biafra land, you will never see Obi close. But if it happens in the north, Obi will rush. Why does he do that? To please them. Yet, simply because he's a Biafran, they will never allow him to rule. But the oil is settled in Biafra land. That's where the oil is. Oil and gas is not in the north. Because I think that if northerners have oil, they would have started drilling it. They wouldn't have minded us. And if this oil from the onset has been in the north, of course, nobody will come with them. Okay, for instance, gold in Zamfara, they are in control. It's not even a national cake like the oil and gas. It is only Zamfara state that is enjoying the proceeds of the gold and diamond in Zamfara. But the oil and gas in Biafra land is for everybody. For everybody. So Fulani will rule and Yoruba will be their deputy. Fulani will be the deputy, Yoruba will rule. Since 1970 till only God knows when it will come to an end. This is it. That's what we are going through. Let's listen to this man.
Reality that the federal government and their security agencies committed. All they had to do was that the primary court said, the appeal court said that the primary court had no jurisdiction. So they condemned the appeal court for taking that decision. Therefore, because the primary court had jurisdiction, the case should go back to them. So if in all these atrocities they committed, they had killed Nnamdi Kanu, what should be the basis of the primary court and its jurisdiction? What would be the basis of it?
Oh.
You know, when I said it, I talked about judicial rascality. So what it empowers is security rascality. Because you cannot tell other police, army, navy, air force, condemn them plainly, and then you exonerate them. So you give them license to kill Nigerians, just like they are doing in Plateau, killing people. They are doing in Benue, herdsmen are killing people. But you haven't had any person in this country condemn the herdsmen of Nigeria for killing hundreds of thousands of Nigerians. You haven't had them condemn the killings in southern Kaduna. So the security agencies have been encouraged to recklessness. And recklessness is not about spoken word. Recklessness with gun, killing Nigerian citizens. So if anybody, when Nigerian citizens see the details of the Supreme Court statement today, they will marvel at how, after saying all these illegality that the federal government and their security agencies committed, all they had to do was that the primary court said, the appeal court said that the primary court had no jurisdiction. So they condemned the appeal court for taking that decision. Therefore, because the primary court had jurisdiction, the case should go back to them. So if in all these atrocities they committed, they had killed Nnamdi Kanu, what should be the basis of the primary court and its jurisdiction? What would be the basis of it? And look at the whole panel, about 7 judges, not one Igbo man, not one person from the southeast, not one person from the south part. So it's a contrived business to put that boy, to put him behind bar. And we have been asking that they should turn him to Kuje prison. They refuse. Why wouldn't they allow him to go to Kuje prison? Why keep him at the DSS? Why? So it shows you that Nigeria is not interested in fighting insecurity. Because if they were interested and they love this country, they would have seen that Nnamdi Kanu is a major instrument that will bring security. Southeast will be a beginning. The other parts of the country would have been a follow-up. So it's unfortunate that you condemn security forces for the crimes they commit and you exonerate them by keeping Nnamdi Kanu there and asking that we go back again, to start case from, Federal High Court Africa. What actually is the sin of Nnamdi? Asking for justice for everyone. That's what he said. That the Southeast has been completely, excommunicated from everything that happens in this country. So we pray that this young man, I don't know whether you have had the privilege to speak with him, one of the most brilliant young men you can ever come across. Not only is he brilliant, but well spoken. Why this you that we have no values? Can you imagine a boy that the whole zone respects? The whole zone respects him. Who else, apart from M.I. Opara in those days and Dr. Nnamdi, they don't have as much respect as this young man. That would have been an advantage for Tinubu and his government with the National Security Advisor to say, look, how do we seriously start to curb this insecurity in the country? If this boy is so loved by his people, why don't we sit him down and discuss with him, know where he's coming from? If there are things he's agitating against, we can solve.
You see what our brother is saying, my people? What our brother is saying is very correct, but they will not. Because when your people are supporting your enemy to fight you, there is little or nothing you can do. The governors of Southeast, starting from the time of David Umahi, Ugwuanyi, Wike, Hope Uzodinma, all of them against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they have sold their soul to the devil. They have gone to the north to swear to the caliphate that they will protect interests of Fulani. I have a video here where you will hear what a man from Benue was asking. This Fulani you are bringing in to displace the people, where do you expect the citizens or the villagers in these places, towns and villages, where do you expect them to go to? Are the Fulanis the only people in Nigeria? Are they the only one that is existing in that very area? Why would it be Fulani, Fulani, Fulani all the time? That's why Onyendu is being detained, because the governors are scared of Onyendu. The whole 5 region or the 5 states in the Southeast, or 6 states, all of them individually governs each state, but the whole of them, Onyendu rules everybody, including the governors. So they are scared of him. That's number 1. Number 2, the Fulanis, their caliphate, and Shetima and Tinubu, that these governors work under, do not want Onyendu out. The people whose citizen Onyendu holds, they don't want Onyendu out. It is all about political interest. This is it. Political interest. That is why the man is talking the way he is. Let's listen to another news where Asari Dokubo made his own comment.
Uncover distinctive haze of timeless. So this is actually the latest update coming out from the Federal High Court in Abuja. As you all know, today, May 2nd, 2025, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case was officially called up at the Federal High Court in Abuja. And from the very start, it was clear that the defense team came well prepared for a serious battle. Now, the courtroom was actually filled with high expectations as the prosecution led by Chief Adeboyega Awomolo, SAN, introduced his team. On the other side, Kanu's lead counsel, Chief Kanu Agabi, who's also a senior advocate of Nigeria, stood up with a solid defense squad. And then the heat began. The DSS witness, officially known as PW-AAA, was brought in for cross-examination, and that was where the courtroom really lit up. The defense team began digging deep
They pointed out that the statements taken from
Did you hear the code name of the man in mask? The man in mask was given coded name DW DWAAA instead of his original name. It is only in Nigeria that you can see such a thing happen. Somebody coming with fake name, coded, and in a mask to come and give witness. Obviously, somebody that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows from Southeast. They don't want him to see him, and they don't want him to see who the person is. That's the coded name.
from Kanu was done without a lawyer present. And even the witness himself admitted he wasn't visible in the interview video. He confirmed that all he did was, obtain the statement after Kanu's arrest in Lagos before they transferred him to Abuja. Now, throughout the session today, it became obvious that the DSS only focused on Kanu. The witness said no other statements were taken from anyone else, and he didn't personally analyze any of the seized items either. In fact, some of those items which had been in the DSS custody for nearly 10 years were no longer even functional. Now, the court also heard that during Kanu's arrest, no weapon or violent materials were found on him. Or the lady he was arrested with. In fact, even till today, there is no confirmed evidence that Kanu possessed, any such dangerous, arms. And then when asked about others involved in the Biafra agitation, the witness could only point to Simon Ekpa, who he mentioned based on what he saw on social media. But he couldn't confirm if anyone else was on trial. Then the defense.
Are you people hearing it? The witness does not know anything at all because Kanu's legal rep, they are well equipped with questions to cross-examine him with. He does not know anyone who was working with him. Then the only person he mentioned was Simon Ekpa. You can imagine such a witness. Let him come out now with any evidence. Nothing was found on our leader during the time of the incident that this Mugu came to give evidence against Onyendu. Any question they ask him, he will say, I don't know. So what's the essence of coming out a mask to come and be doing show? Blind case, blind justice. Blind justice. That's why I told those of them that were jumping up last week, oh, they are bringing Simon home. They are bringing the one you brought home. They are unable to withstand Onyendu's case. They are not giving him justice. His witness is in a mask, hiding his identity, and they will be bringing another person, despite the fact that Nigeria has no treaty with Finland, to extradite our PM. But they are speculating. Nigeria is not a country. My people, we need to go. Biafrans, let us wake up so that we will leave these people and go and form our wonderful nation. Zoo is gone. Just pay your tithe. Give your donation to biafragov.org/donate. Is here. See the link. Just use it to make your donation. What we need to do is to make sure that zoo existence in Biafra land is diminished. We have to take them out of our land. That's all we need now. Because for any nation to come to our aid, They need to know that we have power to take these people out of our land. That's what we need now, to come together and make donation that will give this logistics to our Biafra Liberation Army. That's what we need. I will continue with this video because there is something Asari Dokubo said here.
Now, the defense turned the conversation towards national issues. He went from insecurity, killings, and the state of the country. Now, the witness admitted that the ongoing attacks in Kaduna, Zamfara, and Benue are not related to any Biafra agitation, and even agreed that Nigeria's highways, farms, and schools have become unsafe. Again, not because of IPOP. Now, at this point, the defense pressed harder on IPOP prescription. The witness had no clear knowledge of who filed the application to prescribe the group. He also couldn't confirm if any other individual, apart from Kanu, was being tried for anything related to IPOP. So now the final part was, even more.
That they brought a novice there as a witness. I said it. They will bombard him with questioning, cross-examination, and he does not know. But the only thing he confirmed is that what happens in Zamfara, Kaduna, all over Nigeria is not related to IPOB. So who are the people causing the insecurity? He does not know. He does not know. I know it, that the Mugu that they will take there will not stand the question, cross-examination from Onyendu's representatives, because they are top-notch. They are top-notch.
More revealing, because the court heard that IPOP's message is mainly directed to the southeast and south-south. Yet, those regions are fully represented in Nigeria's government. In fact, the defense also pointed out that nothing Kanu allegedly said or broadcasted was targeting those states. And the witness agreed that all the states mentioned are still part of the country and its leadership. That was how the day unfolded. Campbell tends with deep strategic issue. So Kanu Lagos team dug out so much that even the witness began to show gaps in the government's case. So in conclusion to everything that happened today, Nnamdi Kanu's court hearing has been adjourned for 6th, 7th, and 8th of May 2025. So all eyes are on the court for judgment.
Yes, they are taking accelerated procedure. They want to do the hearing quick, so that it will finish, because this very judge said that Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been detained for a very long time, and that he would want to rush the case to know Onyendu's fate, whether he will be released on bail or discharged and acquitted completely, or detained under custody. So whatever Onyendu's fate will be, he wants it to be done as quickly as possible. He put down there that the hearing will be on the 6th, on the 7th, and on the 8th. Biafrans, take note. Sit at home on the 6th, 7th, and the 8th. Anytime that Onyendu goes to court, because Onyendu is taking a lot from us, or for us, on our behalf. Sitting at one place for 4 whole years and 10 months is not a joke.
For justice. So we would be anticipating what will be happening in the coming days on this particular case. But for now, I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think about everything that is going on? Please drop in a comment. Also give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. With that being said, stay tuned, guys.
Today we're going to talk about
Nnamdi Kanu, we go concentrate on waiting many people, will be Igbo people, will be Ijaw people.
My people,
We
that
talk
is
about Nnamdi
Asari
Kanu.
Dokubo.
And this thing, they make me vex. Because you be APC, you are party where you did. APC person, the party where you did, you suppose they equal with another person where they inside APC. But they don't treat you equal. They don't even know say you did the party. They don't even care about you. You from Bayelsa, you did APC. You from Imo, you did APC. You from Anambra, you did APC. Nobody care about you. If to say they care about you, therefore no say APC, Buhari for no say APC person. Suppose stay for an NPC for the list of the people we appoint. The oil not from in place. You suppose not say as if they carry a railway 5 point something billion dollars. If they carry railway go waiting the color Tawura. If I carry a go your village in Kano, in Udua. You are all not to defend, to kill your people. And you say you don't betray them. Buhari come back. You dey post for your wall. Ask somebody, say Buhari come back alive. No be Buhari, that thing where them bring. That's something where them bring from London. As them bring out, you post for your wall, you be for man. Somebody go down, they drink water waiting for, say, if you Buhari come back, you go drink water, they drink, you know, talk. But if you see somebody go bow down for Nnamdi Kanu, a big problem. Nnamdi Kanu won't make people slave. But nothing dey wrong. If two people go bow down for Buhari, it's okay. You show the picture. Tinubu, the respect that they have for Buhari, the support that they have for Buhari cannot be surpassed by any other individual. And you think that your head is correct. You people man, you be Chico Pompo, you be Igwe, you be John Man, you be Akioti, you be Fine Bone. Nnamdi Kanu might be a problem now. But somebody will go like this, bow down flat for one man will say Bioba. We call himself KBC. We call himself anything. That was no problem. Because nobody Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, as a person. I don't feel bow down for anybody. I don't feel bow down for anybody. Because I'll be a Makri. A Makri is going to bow down for another human being. And as a Muslim, I know that another person bow down for me. But the same way you condemn the people bow down for Nnamdi Kanu, it's the same way you condemn others when they bow down. So it's your problem. Nnamdi Kanu is your problem. Everything you post on your wall, the pastor is killed. You say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu. Hey, Nnamdi Kanu, they preach. Naive. Meanwhile, my Catholic pastor.
Yes, my people, you know what he is saying, the way I understand it, because it wasn't coming out clearly. He started by talking about Nnamdi Kanu's detention and he talked about those in APC and those APC people in Southeast. He is clearly referring to the governors, that they go to worship and bow down for them in the north, Buhari and the rest, and it's not bad. But when the people of Southeast bow down for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will say he's a terrorist, he's this, he's that. You know what that means? Bowing down to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from my own understanding, is like agreeing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that we should go our separate way. But Gumi will tell you that bandits are their heroes watching the bushes. Their heroes kidnap, their heroes rape women, their heroes goes to the farm to stop people from farming. But it is okay. But somebody who is constantly asking for referendum to be conducted peacefully, for any country that wants peace, that wants people to be happy, they will conduct referendum, but they don't want to do it. Asari talked about railway that they built, even though the oil does not come from the north, but they went to Daura and built railway. You know that Amechi was the transport minister during the time they constructed that railway. Amechi himself is from the same place with Asari in Biafra land, Igwacha. But Amechi said that because we are talking about Biafra, he cut us off. No rail station passed through any Biafra land. No bridge, nothing. With how many billions that they voted, or trillions of dollar, however they voted the budget. So my people, the whole thing I am here going round and round telling us is that we have everything it takes to get our own state. All these rich men in Biafra land, now they have taken e-money. E-money is a billionaire. He's a Biafran from Oga. Obi Kubana is from Biafra land, from Oba. The other one, Kubana chief priest, is also a billionaire from Owerri. None of them wants to listen to us. Now DSS have arrested E-Money because they say he matched Naira while spraying Ojo during her daughter's wedding with pounds. They spray pounds in Nigeria, they spray dollar in Nigeria. People who don't think, how can you allow a foreign currency to be used in your country, depleting the value of your own currency? This is why we want to get Biafra. We are tired of serving Nigeria. We are tired of being killed. We are tired of being marginalized. We are tired of you using the oil and gas from Biafra land and pushing us away in poverty. We are all over the world looking for greener pasture, whereas the oil is in our house, in our homeland. So these men, anybody that will share this message to them, show them this link. They can do it in the comfort of their home. They can just be there, do it secretly. biafragov.org/donate. It does not require your name. Even if it does, your name will not be shown. Your name will not be seen. And support Biafrans. We need more logistics. for our gallant men, because these gallant men are the ones protecting the homeland. They are the ones, the reason why we haven't gone on IDP, the whole 5 states in that region. These gallant men, they are the ones protecting your land. There was a time Onyendu was after the Nigeria fly-by-night gutter media. There is one here that I will play for you. The one called Arise News. A woman was telling them about an attack, the way Fulani attacked them. You know what that lady asked her? The lady asked her, how do you know it is the Fulanis? Onyendu said, during the time he was here with us, that media, that they are not helping matters. They lie so much to protect Nigeria. One Nigeria that can never be won. So, I will play the voice so that you will hear it. Somebody is telling you that Fulani attacked her in her home, and you are asking her, how does she know that they are Fulanis? Listen to this.
So what she said is they were sleeping in the night and Fulani headsmen came in the night and were killing them and burning their houses.
How did she know it was Fulani headsmen? Has she seen them before? Okay. How was she able to recognize them?
Have you heard it? The lady in Arise News does not know that it is the Fulanis terrorizing the whole nation. And this girl is a girl from Zamfara. She speaks Hausa. She's an Hausa girl. And these people will come and attack them, attacking in Yoruba land, attacking in Biafra land, attacking all over the place. And the journalist, or whatever she is, fly-by-night journalist, is asking her, how do you know it's the Fulani? As if to say the person attacking her is her husband. Let's continue to listen.
Allah mu ya soka ya cece mu yau za su kashe mu za su gama mu ranar sun kashe mu yaya na guda uku mai shekara 14 sun cire shi sun yanka shi a kofa mai shekara 10 sun kone shi a daki mai shekara 2 namiji sun kashe shi sun kone shi a daki sai ga mai gidana sun kashe shi ranar su yi mana kone-kone kawai suna ta magana yaren Fulani suna ce ina Allah ku Allah ya soko ya cece ku yau za mu kashe ku suna ta magana. What she said is that night they came and they were speaking their language, dialect, and after speaking their dialects, they said, where is your God? They are going to kill you today. We are going to kill you today. We are going to burn your houses. They killed her 3 sons. One 14 years, one 10, and the last one is 2 years.
Have you heard
they
it?
killed her husband too, and they burned their houses, and that is why she's having these bonds.
Have you heard it? They killed her husband, killed her 3 sons. One is 10, the other one 14, and another one 8. The remaining, the one she is clutching on her hand. This is the kind of media we have. Something will happen in that region. None of them will come to your aid. Not at all. Now, listen to this very one. Then you will understand that everything happening is the Fulanese.
parish priest of St. Ignatius, Ayabalong. Everybody is gone here. It's a desert now. Maningi just this beautiful place. We are going to leave all these things behind. For who? For the Fulanis, of course. Kako government was a soldier. They want the Fulanis to occupy Nigeria and remain in Nigeria alone. I ask again, who is to stop this? Who? They are busy in Abuja doing nothing, practically nothing. Out of one small petty issue, but when life is at stake, people are dying. When they go to Aso Rock, what is Tinubu doing? I don't know. Except to fly to France, to Dubai, and everywhere. Why his people are dying? This is our village. We don't have anywhere else to go to. See here, man. Now you allow Fulanis to come and take over our land. Are they more superhuman beings than us?
This is
Are they more
Benue.
Nigerians than us? Just tell me. You say Nigeria, Fulanis are global people. Nonsense. Nonsense. Will you accept that I go to the far north and begin to cultivate my yam and maize? Will they allow me to do that? But here you say let them come and you talk about transhuman or whatever humans, protocol or whatever ECOWAS. You see all kinds of jargons. What kind of nonsense is this? Life is at stake. People are being displaced. Just do something. If you're overwhelmed, invite the international community to come and help you. Haba. But Pocho will still be there. Everybody is doing Pocho. Government is doing Pocho. Tinubu is doing Pocho at his level. The governors are doing Pocho at their own level. Everybody is doing Pocho. Pocho people everywhere. No wonder somebody said Nigeria is a shithole country. Okay, you have displaced these people. Where do you expect them to go to? Where? Would they come and meet you in Abuja? Haba, what is happening? Nigga be church, nigga be. Now nobody is here. Kai, move on, like the song was stopping me. Don't come, there's nobody here. I said the bishop said I should come and build Father Fair. See, he said them. They're very, very frustrated and waiting for me. Who is to stop this? I'm asking again. Who is to stop this? Must everything be all about politics? People are dying. Please, this government, rise to your responsibility. Be accountable. For once, I beg, try. Where is that Nigeria, those Nigerian soldiers that are known to be very brave? Where are they? Or are they also been compromised? Because we in Portugal. No. I want to. If you don't come, we are finished. They are just like not the
Yeah. This is it. People, everybody is complaining of what the Fulanis are doing all over the region. Wonderful Biafrans, I will have to leave you with one thing. biafragov.org/donate is the link which we use for donation. We need more donations for the liberation of Biafra and for the logistics for our Biafra Liberation Army. We have IOU, a loan you will give to Biafra by all those wealthy Biafrans. Give them loan. When Biafra comes, you will get 100% payback plus the original money you give to Biafrans. We need every Biafran to put hands on deck and let our nation be established. Drive away the presence of Nigeria in Biafra land. That's all we need for now. You have heard Onyendu's case has been adjourned to be heard again on the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Accelerated procedure. They want to deal with it once and for all. I pray that Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be released. And I also pray for my indomitable Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, that he be released as well this very May. That's when they say they will release him, but let's keep our fingers crossed. All hail Biafra, peace, progress, and equity. My people, if I hear anything, I will not hesitate to come and discuss it. I love you all and I thank you all for watching. Remember to like and share and remain good. Bye from here.